and welcome to From the Helm Live here at the Katanning Gold Project, which is Ausgold's project in the southwest region of Western Australia. As we all know, a Tier 1 mining jurisdiction. I'm Grady Wulff, Market Analyst for Builder and this series is in partnership with Resources Rising Stars. Today we are thrilled to take you behind the scenes of the Katanning Gold Project just behind me there with the Managing Director of Ausgold, Greentree. Now, the resource behind me is underpinned by over 3 million ounces of gold, and remarkably, it is just 3 hours south of Perth in farmland, as well as the fact that it's one of Australia's largest open pit gold mining projects. So let's dive straight in and see what they're up to at the Katanning Gold Project. A recent board rejuvenation and capital raising has seen Ausgold attract significant global investment and announce the appointment of key industry names including John Dawood, ex-CEO of Ausgold. This, together with $38 million capital raising, has put Ausgold on a clear pathway to deliver a DFS in the near future. Let's talk to the Managing Director of Ausgold, Greentree. Matt, thanks for joining us today, and a picturesque location here, the open pit mine just there, one of your historic mines that was last mined in 1990.
Well, thanks for coming down today, Grady.
First of all, let's talk about exactly what significant milestones you've achieved over the last 12 months and how you're progressing towards operation.
Yeah, look, it's been a busy few months for us. Over the last 12 months, we've been working through the studies process, really working through, I guess, the bigger picture here, but also, I think more importantly is what we've done at the corporate level. We've had a major refresh of the board. We've been joined by John Dawood, who's a fairly well-known name in the gold sector.
Now, John Dawood is a big name, as you said. He's done this before, Ausgold. What do you think attracted him to the company, and what can he bring to the company?
I think firstly, you could see that there's going to be a mine here, and that's a good starting point. One of the other things about this region is, and this project, is it's a large 3 million ounce resource. It's got a long life of mine, and I think there's an opportunity to expand that as well. So there's a lot of upside here.
And now you've just recently raised $38 million. Talk to us about the placement and how that attracted global investors and what the money will be used for.
The placement came and was supported by our two major shareholders, Dundee Goodman and Jupiter Precious Metals Fund. Dundee Goodman did a lot of due diligence coming into and refreshed their knowledge of the project. That gave a lot of confidence to the global investment community. John and I went globally and took this story to investors in North America and Europe, and there was a genuine interest in investing in a gold project of this scale in a Tier 1 jurisdiction.
Now, the gold price, there's no denying it's been on a massive rally recently. How does that play into tailwinds for the Ausgold company and also for your outlook moving forward?
It's always better to have higher commodity prices for any project, and we're no different. But I think also just getting that global sentiment in terms of gold and gold development stories has been really important to the support we had in that last capital raise.
Absolutely. Now, can you give us an overview of the Katanning Gold Project, which we're standing on right now? Obviously, the open pit mine behind us used to be mined. What's the overview of the project and what operations do you have underway right now?
Yeah, so the open pit behind us, that was mined back in the late 1990s at record low gold prices. So we're probably at the opposite end. That was around $250 per ounce. We're now over $3,500 per ounce in Australian dollars. So there's a big difference in that. The other thing is really in terms of the understanding of the geology in the project. When I first came to Ausgold, it's 630,000 ounces. We worked to look at the understanding of the science, the geology, put a lot of drilling into the project, and have now defined over 3 million ounces. That underpins, I guess, a large open pit operation here. More than 10 years life of mine. The current ore reserve stands at 1.28 million ounces. That'll expand with the work we're doing in feasibility studies.
Now, you did mention the 3 million ounce resource, and also it's one of the largest free milling gold projects in Australia. How does this all play into the company, and how does this stack up in comparison to a lot of the other gold miners out there?
It's one of the few development stories that are advanced as we are, held by a junior company. I think that really was very attractive to global investors. We've got a very undemanding market cap as well of around $100 million. So I think it gives good exposure to a large development project and an opportunity with the exploration potential as well.
Now, with a gold miner, grade is king. What's the grade looking like in the drilling results so far?
Yeah, look, overall, the grade's, it's a 1 gram ore body. There's a few very successful, well-executed projects. Karlwinder by Capricorn's one of those, so they're shown to generate a lot of value. But within this ore body, there's some very high grades within that. The Jinkas and Jinka South lodes are key to that. And that was one of the discoveries had early on. And being able to use that high grade and leverage that early in the life of mine has been really important to generating a lot of value.
And now you have 5,500 square kilometres here of land that you own. What's the exploration potential? We know you have the 3 million ounce resource already. Could it go any bigger?
So it's really a two-pronged strategy there. We've got 17 kilometres of strike length either side of our main Katanning Gold Project. So that's a focus of our exploration, is looking, can we get some wins near mine and expand beyond our 3 million ounces, which I think we can. I think that's a really important part of the story. But I think the 5,500 square kilometres regionally is really looking for opportunities of much larger scale. Once there's a mill established here, that will unlock the region. There's potential for discovery on a number of fronts there.
And a definitive feasibility study is in the works and it's coming up in the near future.
Yeah.
How important is that milestone?
Look, that's the basis for what the operation will look like for both permitting and funding. And we're looking for a final investment decision at the end of 2025. And that will lead into the construction and development of the project.
That's the sticky end of the project, the exciting time for all of you here at Ausgold.
I think also for investors, that's really a key milestone to know that this will be a mine.
And speaking of investors, why should an investor looking for gold exposure consider Ausgold in this current landscape?
Look, the undemanding market cap of around $100 million. I think with the exposure to a 3 million ounce resource and the opportunity to increase that, it's also a near-term development play. There's very few of those in Western Australia. It's open cut, very, very straightforward story.
On the edge of development, we're ready to see it all. Thanks, Matt Greentree, and let's go have a look at the Katanning Gold Project. In 15 years' time, 230 metres below. I won't be on this surface level. I'll be 230 metres down.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
So we're about a kilometre from those previous shots of the old open pit. And this high-grade chute, which is Jinka South, extends all the way down for another kilometre or so to the south.
So we're about halfway in.
We're about halfway down.